Good morning, children. Today we'll do lesson 10 of your English reader, The World of Sports, Basketball. So, in this lesson, we are going to read and learn more about the game of basketball. Now, can you name this famous basketball player? Yes, he's Michael Jordan, the famous American basketball player who played for a good 15 years for his country and excelled in the game. And this is the picture of a basketball court. Right. So now let's understand this lesson. Children, basketball is one of the most popular sports in the world. You know, it is played in almost every school. Every school has a basketball court like the one in your school, and children love to play this game. It's a team sport. There are two teams of 5 players each, and what they have to do, they have to score points. And how do they score points? They throw the ball through a 10-foot high hoop or basket, and then they get points. Now, this game is played under some rules. What is the objective of the game? It is to score more points than your opponents. And how do you score the points? By throwing the ball through the opponent's basket from above and stop your opponents from doing so on their own. Now, when you score, that is called a shot. When you put a ball through the hoop, that is called a shot. And it gives you 2 points. Okay. You can also get 3 points, children, if you take the shot from beyond the 3-point arc, which is 6.25 meters away from the basket. If you're able to do that, then you get 3 points. Otherwise, normal shot will give you 2 points. Okay. Now, how do you advance on the court? You have to dribble the ball, by bouncing it continuously, or you pass it to your teammates. But you can't, kick the ball, or you can't run with the ball. You have to dribble the ball continuously. And a disruptive physical contact or fouls are not permitted. And there are certain rules on how the ball can be handled. If you don't handle the ball properly, that will be a violation and then you will be penalized for it. So the games are played in 4 quarters of 10 or 12 minutes. Half time, you get a 15 minutes break because it's a tiring game. Players need to rest. And 2 minutes are allowed at the other breaks. After, I think, every quarter, you are allowed 2 minutes, and after half time, you are allowed 15 minutes of rest. Overtime periods are 5 minutes long. The teams exchange baskets in the second half. Second half, what happens? That if you're playing on the right side, you will go to the left, and the team playing on the left side will come to the right. The time allowed is the actual playing time, and the clock is stopped while the play is not active. So if in between there's a break, let's say of 2 minutes or something, then the clock is stopped. Only the playing time is counted. Therefore, games generally take much longer to complete than the allotted game time, typically about 2 hours. So one game takes almost about 2 hours to complete because there is a lot of, rest time, then overtime, which is not counted. Now, who controls the game? There is a referee, there are 1 or 2 umpires, and there are 3 table officials. There is one person who keeps the count, on the board. They keep writing, okay, team A, so many points, team B, so many points. The ball must stay within the court. There is a boundary and the ball has to stay inside the court. If it goes out, then the player who has touched the ball last, his opponent team, his or her opponent's team will get the ball. So then again, the ball must not be kicked, not struck with the fist. If you do commit such fouls, then what happens? You lose the possession of the ball. The ball goes to the other team, and then they can try and attempt a shot at your basket. Most players shoot directly into the basket, but shooters may use the backboard to redirect the ball into the basket. Sometimes your shot will go directly through the hoop. Sometimes it will rebound from the board and then go through the hoop. The most pleasing and typically highest percentage accuracy shot is the one in which the player jumps very high and throws the ball downwards straight through the hoop. You must have seen, children, there are some players who are very tall, especially these American players. Some of them are very tall, and what they can do is that they can just jump. They jump so high that they are above the basket, above the hoop, and then they just throw the ball through the hoop. So that pleases the crowd. It's very interesting to see such a point being scored. The crucial aspect of any good pass is being impossible to intercept, to stop. Children, passing is very important in this game. You have to know when to give a pass to your partner. And sometimes you give the pass without looking at the partner so that your opponents don't come to know where the ball is going to go. So you can see, okay, my partner is running on the right side, and you look to the left, but you throw the ball to the right. So you deceive your opponents, and this is how you can then dribble through and score points. This is called a no-look pass. While competitive basketball is primarily an indoor sport, it has become exceedingly popular as an outdoor sport too. Now basketball courts are in the open. Like in schools, normally you have them in the open, but in professional tournaments, they are still held inside the stadiums. So children, this was your lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning more about this game. And so thank you, children. Have a nice day.